Good morning, all. Just after 11 p.m. Yeah. Well, in the UK, in Ireland apparently. I don't know. I don't know. The Gary Lineker thing is still going on. BBC thing, Tory thing. BBC. I washed my hands of the BBC years ago. Oh. I had a close encounter of the third kind with the BBC a few short years ago. I'm not going to talk about it. No, I didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement. Well, I suppose I did really. I don't know. I can't remember. When I signed for the caution, let off with a caution. I got my MP involved and the DPP in London. Must have impressed them in Llanelli Magistrate Courts. It was all about what was going on then. Jimmy Savile, Epstein, Maxwell, certain member of the royal family. And I made up a load of fiction, sort of allegorical load of fiction. You know, well, everyone knew exactly what was going on when everything was going on, way back Savile times and everything. Right. A few months later, knock on the door. Two young police constables, ladies. And then the madness started. God's sakes. Never mind. It's in the past now. It's a book in my library in my mind now. It's in the past. I'm moving on, as the song goes. I'm moving on. I can't remember who sang it or how it went. It went moving on type thing. As you have to. Yeah. So I don't know what to say really. Apart from typical BBC. Got themselves in a pickle again. Remember that? Was it about 10, 20 years ago? All of a sudden, all their children's TV presenters were dying of cocaine overdoses or drug charges, and it doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Aye, for God's sakes. Aye. If you want to work in media in any shape or form, join an independent company. Don't join the BBC if you know what's good for your mental health. Isn't it? BBC. Ooh. Join the BBC. You're not your own person anymore. No. Even if you mention it, if you're not even working with them, you only mention it. They put up their defences in these certain ways. Impossible. Remember, That's Life years ago. Esther Ranson. She was absolutely having a go at British cars, British Leland cars, and even Reliant Robin and the steering boxes. I remember it well. And then you look on the roads, right? Look at Italian cars. They were worse than British Leland cars, but she never mentioned them. You know why? She might get the horse's head treatment one night. Mafia connections. Strange how it all works, isn't it? Power of money and all that bollocks. And influence. That's what the BBC feeds on. They know they've got influence. And it's not very nice. That's, Gary Lineker's right, isn't he? BBC uses their influence, no matter, and before you know it, it can make your life hell. Thankfully for me, he was only for about 6 months. But I'm a man. I said, yeah. I don't do Twitter. This is why I don't do Twitter. I know I'm getting into trouble for saying something truthful that'll annoy, God's sake. Right, 7 minutes I'll call this. So I've got to keep on rabbiting for 45 seconds now. Rugby, for instance, now. Wales. Oh, Gabiora. She got in the neck when she did International Six Nations rugby here, because she's got a footballing connection. Her father's Terry Orrath, the Welsh footballer, and her husband is. Yeah, but I don't know. But she's turned up working for the BBC on the rugby, and she's been picked on. Right, 7 minutes. Have a good Tuesday. Ta-ra.